Hello, ladies and gentlemen, LMG here. Welcome to an in-dive look with Dune. Funcom was nice enough to give me a bunch of B-roll footage, run through by a developer as well, to take a good long look at upcoming survival MMO-ish Dune. This is actually the character creation right here, which I think looks rather nice. Yeah, two body types, usual hairstyles. I like to see a little bit more hairstyles. And I think the UI throughout could use a little bit more polish, but this early game, this is coming out in 2025. Also to Xbox and PlayStation later. But it'll be early access on PC in 2025. Yeah, the characters look quite nice. I do like it. Funcom member of the developers of Conan. I played a lot of Conan Exiles. I liked it overall. I had a couple issues, but overall, yeah, a really solid thing. Like, I like to see a little bit more customization, but it does look rather nice. Yeah, give her tattoos, etc. I don't know if you can make any freakish creations with your body types or anything like that, but yeah, pretty solid. I don't think you could do too much of that in Conan. Yeah, it is not bad looking at all. You got lip gloss, lipstick metallic if you're into that. I think he's just going generic protagonist here. A little bit of thickness, a little bit of length. Yeah, I know kind of distorting your body or anything, but it's not bad looking. Not bad looking at all. And it looks like also next we're going to be able to pick our traits and stuff as well. And from what I've seen and everything so far of this dive, the Reverend Mother, they really do a really great job of respecting the lore, including it into the game. We're going to be seeing a lot of that here. Yeah, this is actually, yeah, different what planets you came from Catalan. And also your starting cast traits as well. So that's your dialogue trait. Probably influencing some story. And like, because Conan, I love Conan, but it didn't have a ton of story, and the ending was oof. That ending was pretty hard. But yeah, these are a couple. Eventually, you can do Mentat, Trooper, Acolyte, Swordmaster. Though later on, there are more trainers, so you can learn all the abilities. I don't know how. I don't think you can mix and match so much. We'll have to see that later in the video. But it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, this is basically just the intro. I'm going to give you a breakdown in this video. Basically everything. This is a game I really do want to cover quite a bit.
Put your hand in the box.
I put my hand in the box.
I hold at your neck the Gonjabar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
Now that gives me good chills. That's quite a... yeah, Dune Awakening. Now in here, this is known as our Frem Kit, because we awaken in the cave. Frem Kit, basic inventory stuff. Then you can also do your basic crafting, like they're making a scrap metal knife. Also make a heal kit, it looks like. Get basically healed up because you start, I think, just so they run you through the basic tutorial. They did say they kind of ease you into this. Yeah, and this is the Fremen, they kind of moisture wrapped all these caves. Trying to moisture much as they could. Yeah, radar wheels, glow tube. Like I said, I think I could use a little bit more. They also have a really cool climbing system as well. Because remember, Conan Exiles had a climbing system. But this is a little bit, they did say they took that from Conan, but this is a little bit better. As we talk about suspender belts and other things they have later, grappling hooks. It looks like there's a lot of traversal. So I'll just be climbing, you know, caveman style. Yeah, just getting some fabric. And this is basically kind of how you start, you will get into it. And now we're getting into your first steps. Because you're going to want to stay out of the sun on this one. And definitely, yeah, this is apparently one of the smaller worms. Yeah, that's one of the smaller worms. That is something, isn't it? Yeah, just a little glimpse. They get a lot bigger, as we'll see in this video as well. Yeah, we're gonna get some water. Can only get so much plant sap, it looks like. So yeah, you can only have so much of that. And it will be quite a bit about water as well. And this one we also got a little bit of a debuff as well because we're out in the sun too long. But if you stay out of the water, that increases your hydration needs, etc. Yeah, because you got sunstroke. You need to just stay out of that. And this is the cutter, I believe. So you can scan everything, basic crafting, survival. We've all done this 1,000 times. But you scan items, you do a little cutting where it says to cut. Yeah, boom, Bob's your uncle. Also, it's interesting because it's not like, pickaxe or anything. It's, yeah, look at that. Yeah, we're just mining. Boop, there you go, nice. And also interesting, you can't stay out here too much as well because it looks like, the spice will kick in. So you kind of want to stay out of these open areas where there's a lot of spice. Didn't really see what actually happens in this part. Though I assume it's really not good. And this later on they're showing off a little bit of, you saw that in the gameplay reveal at Gamescom as well they just had. Yeah, this is the traversal, grappling hook, suspender. Look at that traversal, that's nice. Yeah, so they say that this is an NPC base. So this is just, ratings, supplies, etc. It looks like they will have PvE, PvP servers as well, kind of like Conan. I'm a Funcom creator in that creation club, so I do get early access to this when it does come up. Definitely has caught my eye after all this footage. And it is not the, they don't really use bullets in Dune. It's more the lore of the darts to get through the shield and stuff. And they said this is a third-person shooter kind of at heart, but there's melee later because a lot of things you're going to have. Yeah, the dart, that doesn't look too bad. I like that. Threw a grenade coming on the side. Now, I don't know if you could go around and stealth this, though. I would severely doubt it. Yeah, you can use a suspender. So kind of like you remember in Starfield where you're kind of hovering around and doing that kind of thing too. So you get a little bit of that. Oh, health getting down a little bit low too. Yeah, I gotta get away. Yeah, we're critically injured. Then you gotta heal up, and I think it's healing over time. So this is a little bit ahead from the early gameplay now. It's getting a little bit ahead. Start raiding bases. And this is actually showing off a couple of the different class abilities now because you have the battlefield calculation. Oh no, this is the melee one, yes. Probably just getting ahead of myself. This is showing off the melee in this. That's a parry. I don't think early game is something you probably want to do because these guys early guys don't have shields. Yeah, I don't think it is helpful. Ooh, that nice little rush there, though. And this is showing some of the co-op now. But we'll have servers, or you can host your own game, kind of like I did in Conan. Or get your own server. Yeah, this is the battlefield calculation. And this is actually the drone cutter, the drone skill. Send out a drone. Boom. Oh, I like it. Nice. Hop ahead a little bit. Yeah, the world looks good. I gotta say, the impressions, the world looks really good. Oh, and this is where we get the good part, because you get to harvest the blood of your enemies. Now, they did say you can actually just drink this out of the sacks after you extract it, though. You do get a debuff, though. Because you do get some hydration, but it's not really pure, and we'll talk about that later in this video. It's really not purified yet, so you don't really want to. This is like if you have to, because I think our does look like our water is getting pretty low. So we might be in a we have to situation. Looks like crafting all the loot. Then you can extract the blood. Yeah, so we did hydrate now, but now we're a blood drinker. So we get a negative effect from that now. Because I guess our maximum health went down. But on the player base, I'm really intrigued by this player base. Because the crafting, and also people, one person could just lay out the things, and the other person, if they have the stuff in their inventory, they can just build it. So you do have kind of co-op building in this. Yeah, they're just starting with the standard base. You can also save your base designs, and more importantly, when we talk about later in the player hub area, you can sell that on the market. So people could buy your house designs, which I think very cool. I don't know the size of the servers or anything yet. We don't have that kind of information, but I'm hoping a bit bigger, especially some of the other events we're going to be seeing. Yeah, because one person is laying it down, the other person is filling it in. And you can also take this with you. You can take the design, you can copy the design, and then just go, when you go to another place, lay it down, fill it in, boom. I love the style of that. That's quite nice. So yeah, here we've got the design saved, put it down, then we just have to fill it in. Easy peasy. Because I know it's probably, I think from what I've seen, it's a pretty big size map. I couldn't give you hard numbers on it, but it looks pretty decent size. Even so much there's an overland map. Because once we get our Anthrocopter, we're going to be traveling. Looks like a bit. That's some nice design. I probably won't be able to build anything that looks that nice. But I'll definitely try, though. Oh, yeah, that looks... I would say there's definitely a step up from Conan Exiles. I am impressed. Now we get the base crafting too, which I think looks pretty good as well. Yeah, this is Carl's base, a little bit more far ahead. And I do believe this is the blood purifier. So you put the blood sacks in, and after a certain amount of time, it extracts all the it into pure water. So then you can use that to fill up your water sack, as it were. Okay, fill up. And now this is something I really found really cool. This is the vehicle crafting. Yeah, you go into your tech there. Get some designs, kind of like, you know, Ark, etc. Like that, you learn different designs, and even Conan Exiles. And here's our vehicle crafting station. And you see you can actually craft that big one later. But you have to craft all the parts. And then you can craft an extra seat too if you want to take a friend. But you craft a bunch of these. You have to craft all these parts in the crafter. And then you got to weld it, because there's a welder tool. You'll weld that together. Now that looks quite nice. Yeah, this is an Unreal Engine 5, so I'm impressed. Unreal Engine probably going to be gold standard going forward for a lot of developers. I almost kind of wish Bethesda would get away from their creation engine at this point. Yeah, that looks nice. So now we've gotten all the parts. Take them out of there, and then we just have to go slap it all together. Which you can do like base building too, then you slap it. So somebody else, like they said, also on these bigger vehicles, because you're going to have something like that one on the right, or some of the other bigger vehicles we'll see later. I don't know how many they have yet. But yeah, so somebody can slap on, you can start putting it down, they can start putting the components on. Makes it a little bit more, you know, togetherness. Put the seat on too, take somebody out. And look at that. That's pretty tight. I like that. Some tracks in the sand. And it's something I also thought really more interesting. Yeah, world events. Let's say in the War of Assassins, these guys got shot down. They're going down. Because of course, other people, like if you're on PvP, there's some very important loot and stuff in here. You're gonna need that. And if you're on PvP server, etc., there's gonna be a lot of people coming for it. Also in PvE as well. And if you're on PvE, a lot of people are gonna see that. A lot of people are gonna try to get it first. Also later they will talk. They kind of talked about thumpers. So you could go and grab it real quick, and then you could go set a thumper. But out here we're at the nighttime because there's these patrols out. So you got to be careful because you can't get caught. I think one of his friends was harvesting all the moisture out the plants and gets caught by a patrol. Oh, the one thing I forgot to mention. Once you lay down a base, you have to start paying taxes to the Emperor. And they didn't really get into how much the taxes are. So probably a spice tax. It looks really solid. But now we need to see more about the Sandworms as well, because they do get bigger. And of course you can see in the middle of the UI, there's a meter for the Sandworms, because we're going across the open area. Obviously you're going to attract some attention. Because they kind of made it to entice the players, because normally you're like, I'm not going out there. There's flower sand, which is used to craft a good variety of, semi-important stuff. So you can grab some, though you want to kind of risk and reward. How much do you want to grab before you catch the eye of the sandworm? And so far I've only seen one at a time, so I don't know if they could get multiples going or not. Yeah, but see, they're just trying to attract as much as they can. I don't know if that would show up on your compass, or maybe you just need to know what area the flower sand's in. But oh no, yeah, they've attracted the worm. Oh man, look at that. If that were me, I probably would have left a friend. Alright, so we gotta get back to rocky terrain. Get back to the rocks. Oh man, that is... So it stops a little bit before the rocks, so you got a little leeway, but man. Alright, now this is tying into the big city. This is where you got your own throwcopter now, so now you won't... Traversal is going to be a lot easier. Oh man. But later in the game, but then also, yeah, it's going to pop into an overworld map, which I did not actually expect. I thought we'd be flying the whole way there, but an overworld map. Then you pop down. Now, they only show off in the footage I've seen, yeah, the main base, as it were. Look at my notes to see. Yeah, Harko Village. This is kind of your main NPC hub. Well, there's a lot of vendors. You're gonna have guilds. You can join player guilds, etc. Like you're hanging out with your friends who get a player guild as well. So yeah, this is the main hub. Well, it looks pretty good. There's also going to be story here as well, because it does have a plot and a storyline. I don't know how well. Yeah, so he's inviting people into his clan. And we have various vendors here. And then also they have emotes, they have global chat, stuff like that as well. Yeah, I guess they've got some vendors that have some exotic gear, like we say, some aluminum LMGs and stuff. And also you can join sides in this one too. So Harkonian or Atreides, I think that's only the two that they mentioned of the sides of the war. So you can pledge which side you want to be. And this is kind of more, now we're going to be talking about more into the end game. Yeah, and these testing stations are Imperial high-level dungeons, as it were. So your late end game dungeons. Going to be able to do a lot of good stuff. See, everybody's still flying their copter out here. So you're kind of going to want to match up different classes, etc. Because it looks like you can train in about every class after you initially pick a class. Later on, you can learn all the skills. I don't know if you can learn everything here. We got to look at the skill tree. Trying to see. It looks like, yeah, battlefield calculation. So that's a Mentat. Hunter-Seeker shield wall. This looks like the Blade Master skills. Not the most exciting of trees, but I do like you can learn everything, so if you wanted to switch on the fly. That would be nice. I don't know how many skill points you would get, but here they're heading into the station. Good use of spender. That traversal is... It looks like that does use your stamina bar, but yeah. And they also said there's story in these dungeons as well. So that's kind of nice to see. I am just impressed by the graphically and how everything's I've seen so far. Like I said, the other thing maybe the UI could be a little bit better, but I think that's a minor quibble. Gunplay sounds good. On the flamethrower. Because that gets through the shields because you heat the air around them, I guess. Ooh, shield chart. And actually putting a little bit of cover there. Looks like they're trying to get through that. And flamethrower for you, ma'am. Alright. That looks good. Now this definitely has me hyped up. Okay, so level up, you get skill points, probably some tech points as well. I do feel like this is Funcom's taking it to the next level. And this is the end loot you get, exotic crafting stuff, specialized components, other stuff like that. So very cool. And this is the big end game thing. I think this one is quite exciting. You'll see like a spice thing like that over the world. And everybody's gonna get to it. So everybody on like the server, etc., everybody's gonna be going for it. Like dropping down. You see bigger vehicle right there. Oh, look at that. That's just spectacular. Rockets. Oh. So you want to try to get as much as you can, but you also can throw in a thumper as well. If you want to try to... Because that's going to bring the big worm. So you're going to want to try to hurry and get out. But so far, really excited. Dune Awakening coming in February, I believe, on PC. Sometime in early 2025. Later on Xbox and PlayStation 5. But I'll be covering more, so be sure to tune in for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.